Talking about honesty. We're talking about honesty. This is second part of today's live. I apologize. The first one just went wee because I made the proverbial rule and did not put my phone in the charger. So here we are. We are talking about honesty. My light is not balanced. A little better. So we're talking about honesty because now I have finished developing my mentorship programs. I'm coming around to you with my offertory basket for all the value I have been giving you. And in exchange for that value, you will drop some money in the offertory basket. So today's live, we are talking about financial honesty, honesty in your lives, honesty around running the business. We're just dealing with the work honesty. And the reason we're dealing with the subject honesty is running of this group homes needs you to be honest. You need to be honest about what you're making, what you're not making. You need to be honest to your caregivers. You need to be honest to your clients and all of that good stuff, because honesty makes a difference in the people's lives you're serving. And more specifically, when you're working with behavioral health clients, because they depend on your honesty in order to navigate life successfully, because their mind frames or their minds are fragmented by disease. So when you're honest, they can then follow you and the direction in your life and then improve their own lives. They rehabilitate. So they're depending on your honesty. They're depending on your honest feedback. They're depending on your honesty in the way you do life. And then they kind of like crash on that. And then they improve their lives, right? You can imagine also when you're in your most depressed, most vulnerable place, the people you could depend on the most were those who were honest with you, because then you could lean on them, right? So that's where we are. We're talking about honesty. Now, the season has come where I'm now professionally ready to mentor you in a more professional setting. And what that simply means is, once again, let me just change my light. It's white. Oh yeah. So what that generally means by me saying that I'm ready to mentor you is now I've created 3 different kind of formalized products that I'm now selling to you. I'm selling, okay? So this is my sales pitch, but it all starts with honesty. So I just spoke about the first product being the roadmap, right? So when you're thinking about what kind of group home to open in your state, like, are you going to serve behavioral health clients? Will you serve elderly, the assisted living programs, or will you serve DIDD clients, right? So now you've decided what kind of home you open, or you're not wanting to, you don't know which one yet, and you need a roadmap. That's product number 1, the roadmap. Let me see if I can grab a pen. And the roadmap is the one that teaches you, the one where I sit down and I take that 4 to 6 hours and I go into your state and I write down everything that is required to open that type of business. So that's the roadmap. And then the roadmap comes with 2 coaching calls, because the first call, you have to tell me what you want. And then I'm helping clarify for you further what the industry is. And I also believe talking to me gives you a little level of confidence, right? So that's a roadmap. Then I design your roadmap, and then you call me again, and then I explain the roadmap to you. And then you're like, oh, when you're sitting with your spouse or your partner or your sisters, your neighbors, whoever it is that is helping you get this figured out, or just, your trusted person who you're discussing this with. So that roadmap is there to give you a solid document that you could use to discuss it with your, business accountability partners or whoever it is you're thinking of coming into business with. And then you'll know for sure what the steps are. So the roadmap will be pretty reasonable, because I'll be pulling the data from your actual, Department of Health website. So it's designed to give you clarity around the sequence of steps. What is step number 1? What is step number 2? What is step number 3? And all of that good stuff. So at least you can see what the process entails. Then from the roadmap is $97. It's a one-time fee. You pay me $97. And I get, let me see here. Where is it? Hold on. I have to show you something. Oh, and then I come with my offertory basket round to you. You give me the $97. And then I sit on my computer here, which I can't show you because I'm filming with it. And then I create for you the roadmap. And the roadmap is designed to give you clarity. It's step number one, okay? So roadmap is $97. So every day I'll be hawking this program. So you'll be hearing me. I'm like an African kiosk for group homes, right? I'm a kiosk for group homes. So every day I'll be teaching you, and then I come around with my offertory basket, and then you can pass it around to your friends. You know, the way we pass it around in church. I'll be coming with my basket to you, and then and then you give me money for the value I have imparted to you. So roadmap, remember, $97. So if your friend asks you, a friend of yours is like, hey, I want to open a group home, you'll be like, oh, I know somebody who can help you. Call Katha. She sells roadmaps for $97. Oh, I'm not showing you the cute side. Oh, look at that pretty girl. Okay, so roadmaps, we've agreed, $97. One-time fee. You get your roadmap. You can sit and discuss it, look at it, open a Google folder, because there'll be links to all the different forms that you're going to need for that kind of home that you're going to open. And remember, roadmap is just a roadmap. It's not policies, procedures, resident funds. It's just a roadmap. It's just like a road, like country road, right? It's just a roadmap. Just, oh, okay, this is the first step I need, then the second step, right? So roadmap is going to be $97. And it will tell you point A to point B to point C to point D to point E, right? Start here. And then tell you all the different things. Oops. So roadmap, $97. Okay, that's what I'm hawking the roadmap for, because it takes me 4 to 5 to 6 hours, maybe 10, to design that roadmap, because it's really intense going into your state and reading all those really, really boring forms and all that boring information, truth be told. So I'm taking on that work for you, like that 10 hours of work for you for $97. So you're really pretty much paying me $9 an hour to get that document out for you. And once you have it, it's yours. You're good to go. You can sit, you can marinate on it. You can use it to poke around your websites, your state websites, and just get a feel for the process, right? Roadmaps are also good for people who are hardcore. You're like me, I just need a roadmap. I just need to spend the $97 and then I'm good. I'm just going to tough it out the way I toughed it out. But I didn't even have a roadmap. I just toughed out everything. But you could decide based on your budget and the way you're being honest with yourself. You're like me, I'm a hard worker. I'm just going to tough it out, sink or swim. All I have is $97 to pay. Someday, somehow, I might decide to upgrade, right? Or roadmap is like you're interested, but you're not really thinking the time is now is great for you, but it would be good for you to have something that's clear and just have it clear in your mind down the road when things are looking better, either financially or your life has cleared up. You're like, at least I'll know what it took, or I need the roadmap. Me, I'm just going to work on my process slowly, come around things slowly, but at least I have a clear roadmap of what I want to do. Roadmaps are $97, okay? So now we're done. So now you have, roadmap is designed to give you clarity. Can someone please buy me some new pens? Clarity around someone needs to sponsor me studio art pens. Just ship them to my address. You all know where I live. Oops. There's a problem with my glasses. Okay, let's go on. Roadmaps are designed to give you clarity. Roadmaps equals, these pens of mine, why do I even have them here? They never write for me. Clarity. Clarity on the sequence of steps, okay? Roadmap. So you need a roadmap. You find $97. I'll put the link in the description when the link is ready, and then you swipe. Boing. Actually, the link is ready. Let me see if I can show it to you. Hold on, people. You know me. Always like to run away from the camera. Let me see the roadmap. Roadmap, let me see the link. Let's see what the link looks like. Oh, even I could put the link in the chat. Yep, I could. Truth be told. Where did I put all the, oh, in my email. Let me see. Roadmaps. Now, there's one thing about the roadmap. Could you personally develop your roadmap using AI? Yep, you could. Will it be free for you if you develop your roadmap on your own with AI? Yep, it will. So why would you come and pay me the $97 for your roadmap? A, because I bring certainty to your life. I bring certainty to your process. I give you confidence. I encourage you. You know, there are all these other things other than just teaching. You know, when you're buying things from a mentor, you're also buying the fact that they're sure of something because they've been through the process. So could you on your own establish a roadmap? Yes, you could. Would it be free to you if you made your own roadmap? Yes, it would be. So why would you come and give me your lovely, beautiful $97? Number one, because I've done a lot of work to get here to the point where I can understand all the states, all their processes, all their protocols, all their procedures, and convey it to you in a way that's simple for you to understand. And when things are simple to understand, it generates confidence. When you generate confidence, you can execute, and you can execute with clarity. And my slogan for my company is clarity creates profits. That's my trademark slogan, right? When you're clear, you can create a profit. When I said in the other video was I was generating above 250 grand per home. And one day I sat down 3 years later when I was so stressed. I'm like, how come I never have money? And I realized, yeah, I'm making 250,000, but expenses are 249. And then I was like, why? And then I came down and then I took what we were being paid per day. Mine was 182 per day, right? Per client, 180. Actually, it was $186.82. Now, direct Medicaid paid 261.41. I don't know why they give these cents, by the way. I think those cents are just psychological to make you feel like you're getting more. So let's do per 30 days. So calculator, 186.82, 186.82 times 30 is 5,604. 5,604 and 60 cents. And this 261.41 times 30, 7,842 and 30 cents. Okay. So I was getting 5,600 per client or 7,800 per client, depending on which insurance company it was. Same service provision. See how where you have to just be honest and turn around and read your books and see the difference. Because imagine these two clients, 7,842 minus 5,604.60. That's a 2,200 difference for the same business. 2,237, right? So two clients. Oh, it's still open, so it's. So the difference in one payment versus the other was, oh wait, let me put on the slides. Hold on. I was getting two different kinds of payments for two different types of clients, but it was in the same home, right? So 5,600 versus 7,800. So different insurance plans will pay different prices for the same client. The 7,800 was for when I used to take care of Native Americans because they fall under our Medicaid plan directly. These other ones fall under what we call MCO, managed care organizations. Like, for example, United Healthcare, Aetna in Arizona, Arizona Complete Health, those managed care organizations are contracted by the main state's Medicaid plan, right? It's like me forming an insurance plan called Sananga United Healthcare, right? And then I go and get a contract with the state of Arizona. I'll become a managed care organization, an MCO, which means I'm managing the care of the residents in the state. Then I'd be responsible for recruiting doctors, like the whole different slew of doctors. I'd be responsible for maybe contracting clinics, and I'd be responsible for contracting you as a group home to provide services to my behavioral clients in Sananga Care Homes United Healthcare Insurance Plan. That's what I mean. They're called MCUs, right? So different MCOs pay different amounts because they are quote unquote brokers on behalf of the state to provide care to residents, right? So they're intermediaries. So they are eating a cut. That's why this one could pay me 7,800, and then these ones are taking their cut, then they pay me, right? So that's how it goes with insurance plans. So when you're getting a contract, you might become a provider directly with your state, meaning your checks are coming from the state itself, or with an MCO. An MCO is an insurance plan, subcontracted by whatever. So Askis were they were contracted, so we were subcontractees to MCOs, right? So that's how it goes. I forgot my point. Why was I talking about money? Oh, I was talking about my product. That's $97, the roadmap, right? So roadmap is designed to give you clarity. It's just clarity on the sequence of steps, because when you're clear about the sequence of steps, you can make the right decision for you and your family and your loved one and all of that stuff. The decision being, should I jump in? If I jump in, what would I be required to do? And I'm giving you visibility on the steps. Now, sometimes not everything is accurate. Sometimes things change. So you always verify things with your state, and I will teach you how to do so, right? We're coming to the point where I'll be going into your states and teaching you how to do the roadmaps. But you want to buy a roadmap from me? I would gladly do it for you. It's about 10 hours of work because I have to go read the forms, find the hyperlinks. I use AI to speed it up. And then within 24 to 48 hours, I can give you your roadmap. So $97. We're clear on that one? We're clear? Remember, I'm coming around to you now with my offertory basket so that you can give me money in exchange for the value I'm giving you. That's business. But as I do it, as I come and bill you, I'm also teaching you how to think about it, because you will be providing a service, right? The care service, and you'll be taking your offertory basket to the MCOs and say, because I've provided you with this service, I'm counseling the client, I'm teaching them life skills, I'm teaching them how to make a resume, I'm teaching them how to fold their clothes, I'm teaching them how to clean their bathrooms, I'm teaching them how to make meals, I'm providing a service, pay me. So that's why I'm taking time to clarify my process, so that when you're charging for your services, you can be clear and you can be bold and you can ask for your money. Please ask for your money, because you're providing a service. It's not free. And now you're becoming you're the one who's going to be in charge of charging for the services you provide. That's where you're coming into business. So get your offertory baskets out, please. Now we are in the stage of offertory baskets. I need you to get your offertory basket out and start rehearsing the conversation. So when your time comes, you can be just as bold. This pretty one is my offertory basket. I've provided a lot of value to you, and now I'm coming to charge for it. And I will teach you something else also about your own offertory basket. So mine's a nice, pretty little lady. And now I'm coming through. I'm coming through with a basket. You want value? Okay, right? The same way you'll be providing value through your group home, and you'll be charging your MCOs. Okay, so we gotta fill the baskets up. This is now business. Now you're generally clear on how group homes start. Now we're coming to talk about the money, the moolah, the quan. So now I'm like, give me my quan too. And you go and ask for your quan. Okay, we're getting there. Now, the second product that I have is, you're now clear about the steps. You're kind of looking for even the neighborhood where you'd like to open the home. Like your thinking is now more concrete. You're kind of clear you're now clear on the steps. You've opened your Google folder. you've saved that document roadmap, you've opened another Google folder on your email, and you've called that document permitting, and then licensing, and then home operations, right? So now we're getting there. So now your idea is you're committed now to opening a group home. So the next product, what is designed to do is you get into a cohort, right? And I don't know where I'll manage the cohorts, maybe on Facebook or maybe on my private platform, right? But there's a cohort. For example, if you call me from Texas and say, hey, I want to open an assisted living, I'm like, yay. Guess what? I know 2 other people in Texas also opening an assisted living. Do you mind if I put you in a cohort? Then you'll be like, yes, please, because sometimes the value of what you get from each other is more than I can give you, because you'll both be in Texas, you both have your roadmaps, and you will both, all of you now will be talking back and forth and encouraging each other and collaborating with each other. And guess what? You will be doing fine, okay? So that's what this is all about. This is the cohort. Let me see. Oh yeah, you'll be in a cohort, and I'll tell you where the cohort will be. We might start with Facebook and then upgrade later on. I don't know. And then I'll be popping once in a while in the cohort and supporting you and encouraging you and giving you thumbs up. Like, let's go, let's do it. Come on, people, let's go, let's get started, right? So that program is called the Jumpstart Program, and I am charging a one-time fee of $497. Now, $497, how much is a shift in America, 12-hour shift? On average, it's $150. So 497 divided by 3 equals 165. So if you do 3.5 shifts, let's say 4 shifts, just so that you can have something to drink, if you come into the class. If you do 4 shifts of 12 hours, you can afford the class. So I know in a month, you can look for 4 shifts. So the Jumpstart program is equal to 4 shifts of work. And now let's talk about the contents of the Jumpstart program. Hold on, you know me, I like to run off the camera. Hold on, let me get the contents of the Jumpstart program. Let me get a tissue to wipe this down. So now we're finished with the roadmap. Let's move, and I'm sorry about the reflection. Maybe I'll get my light right. But roadmap 97, now let's go into Jumpstart. So Jumpstart, jump, Jumpstart, one-time fee of $497, which is equal to 4 12-hour shifts. By the way, in the world of entrepreneurship, you get to learn very quickly that there's a lot of personal sacrifice that you'll be making, especially when you're starting. Before your revenues are rolling, until you're like, oh, there's so much money coming my way. It takes a while. That's why I have to encourage you, right? It takes a while to get things rolling. And it's not that cheap, but it's not also that expensive. Like, you can do it. You can do it. You've done harder things in life. I know. You've struggled, you've had your struggles, you've built your tenacity. So having the tenacity and the resilience to pull through this process, I know you have. So never sit in confidence. Don't let your confidence be stolen away because of the price or getting a house or the forms or the state. I try to make it really easy for you because we have struggled. You have struggled, but you have fought through, and now you're here. Now you're listening to the class. So I know it's not always easy, but I also know, because I've been through it, that we can make it. Do you remember me telling you that I started the year with $1.46? Well, it hasn't grown much because I've been busy teaching you, but now it's going to start to grow. Because now, after giving you value, I'm coming around with my offertory basket. So what am I trying to teach you here? Even when you start your group homes, you'll be giving a lot of value for not much money yet because you're building the process, but eventually you'll reach the stage where all you're doing is servicing, charging, servicing, charging, servicing, charging. So I've given out a lot of value for free as I have been on the back end, preparing all the curriculums, all the documents, learning about the different states. I've been doing a lot of work on my software, on my AI software, to code the program for you and the platform where I want to welcome you all in, where we'll be doing all the cohort classes and the workshops. And I'm creating it on my own, and I'm not even a tech developer. So I've had to be very patient with not earning money. But now I'm in a stage where I'm going to earn from you because you are getting value from me. You see what I'm saying? But it's been 1.5 years of absolute financial dryness. And that's me telling you honestly, so that you know that there's quite a bit of scarcity when you're starting this process, so that you don't feel so bad that you don't have money all the time for the next stage and the next stage. But I told you, what pulls you through is grit, resilience, focus, and commitment. So now I'm at the stage where I'll be charging. So the next program is $497. At this Jumpstart program, you're clear and you're committed. 2 requirements: you're clear, you're committed, you've gone and done your 4 shifts, extra shifts, because you need your other shifts for your current expenses. For my mentorship classes, you have to go and work those extra 4 shifts to find your $497, and then now you come into the classroom. Now by this stage, you'll be hunting for the house more concretely. You'll be doing maybe a little bit more work to put money out, or you'll be looking at your current savings, or you'll be telling me, I already have the house. What paperwork do I need? Or hey, I want to invest. It's a level up from just now the roadmap. Now we're serious. We're beginning to cook. So do your 4 shifts, get your $497, and then I'll come into the classroom, right? Well, be popping in to see what you all up to. North Carolina, Texas. We'll even have competitions in there. It's going to be so much fun. But I am designing the platform so when I'm not here, I'm there. When I'm not there, I'm here, right? That's what my life looks like. Okay. So have you understood what the $497 is about? It's now the concrete classroom where you're in groups, where we're going to be moving on as a group and not so much of the individualized eyeball to eyeball kind of contact. But my YouTube classes will still be going on. And if you don't feel you have the $497, go and put in the extra time to go and earn it. And there's a reason why I want to tell you put in the extra time, because with entrepreneurship, there's a lot to do sacrificially that doesn't get you paid, especially at the onset, unless you have a budget that you have built and worked on and the cash is there and it's separate. That too can be it. But in the beginning, if you're kind of straining up the ladder, which you can do, and you're bringing all these monies that you've saved from your own whatever, or you've taken a loan, or you're using your credit card, there's quite a bit of strain. Because I was a caregiver in my house. I housed my clients with me living in my house for 2 years. So that was quite a bit of a sacrifice, because that meant I'm working all the time, cooking, cleaning, teaching, encouraging, taking shopping, buying them clothes. I was like a full-time mommy, right? Sacrificial. And my clients were taking drugs and alcohol. So there was that addition too, right? So I was living with them in my home for 2 years because I couldn't afford a separate apartment. 2 years, okay? Most people I know never lived in the same homes as their clients. And my clients were abusing substances nonstop. We're talking meth 24/7, okay? Alcohol, weed. We were living together in a very nice environment with all that going on, and with clients jumping my fence, running away, cops, all that good stuff, okay? But it was sacrificial. But eventually, I could afford my own apartment, right? The business was bringing that much. So learn to start the sacrifices, because that's just the way entrepreneurship goes. Now, if you have the money saved aside, your $497 is ready. Girl, I am here, because my bag has been empty and hungry for a long time. But I knew there was a day that I would start charging you. I just wanted to make sure that you knew enough to understand what I'm charging you for, right? And even in business, I want you all to understand before you pay. Don't just come and swipe your nice beloved money to me because you love me so much. No, this is business. You always want to sit, settle down, understand, figure it out, ask yourself, why would this class be of value to me? I'm coming in here. What do I expect to get? After paying the $497, where do I want to be at as a person? So don't just swipe because those are the mistakes I know you have made, because I made them too. You go and swipe for all these mentors, but you're not sure because you haven't sat down to ask yourself, what am I actually paying for? Your pain and your uncertainty drives you in. You take your card, you swipe your money, and then you're like, but what am I really paying for? So before you come to any of my classes, be clear, because I need your clarity. Because when you're clear and committed, the whole group benefits. So if all of you come in, you're clear and committed, we're going to be hyper focused as a group. We'll be hyper encouraging, hyper motivational. We'll also be fun. But when you're clear and you're committed, the group in total moves forward better, faster, more efficiently. So that's why I want you to always be clear of what you're paying for, because in the future you'll be making your own decisions for your group home. Like, you'll be like, do I really need to buy those paper towels again for my kitchen counter to be wiped, or is it easier to buy a microfiber cloth? Kitchen towels to wipe my kitchen cabinets is more money over time because it's over and over. Microfiber cloths can be washed with water, which is better. You'll be making a lot of those micro decisions. So learn now to start thinking, why am I expending my money? Guard your money, right? Ask why. Why am I giving for $97? For what? What do I hope to come out with? Be clear about that. And I'll have a questionnaire too, right? That's something I have to create, or I've created, or I have to pull together. I have a questionnaire so you can ask yourself your questions. Okay, so we're done with the Jumpstart program for 97. So we've discussed the roadmap, $97, the Jumpstart program for 97. Okay, now when you move along down the path of business, you reach a level where you need advanced mentorship, meaning your group home has already started running. You've done month 2, month 4, month 6, month 9, you're 1 year in maybe, or you're 2 years in. Now you need an advanced level of mentorship, right? And this mentorship is designed to help you operationalize your business. It's me coming in and telling you, let's talk about your caregivers. How often are you training them? What are you using to train them? How are you making sure that you meet your metrics as a manager or administrator, and that your caregivers are trained? What are some of the mistakes you're seeing? What are some of the things that you're doing well as a group home? Where is your money at? What are you making in a month? How can I help you, prepare for the next home? We're looking now at your finances as they are. We're looking at your group home as it is. It could also be that you have this amount of money that I charge for this class already ready. And you're like, you know what, for me, I just want the whole scoop. And this is 2 days worth of advanced education. It's like an advanced masterclass. It's called the Behavioral Health Business Masterclass. And I'm not talking about the behaviors of your clients, like your DIDD clients or your behavioral clients. I'm talking about the behaviors that you have as an entrepreneur. And what I'm trying to do in this class is elevate those behaviors so become super powerful about your ambition around entrepreneurship. And you see things from an aerial point of view and a bird's eye view, right? Like, I had by that time systemized my training programs for my BHTs. I had systemized every task that they do, when they do it, how they do it, so that the home was now operating with efficiency. We also talk about getting contracts. How do you prepare your own application so that you can get contracts with your managed care organizations? Because when you get this contract, you have referrals. Because remember, managed care organizations have the pool of residents in your state. For example, my managed care organizations here had each either 10 to 30,000 behavioral health clients. So when I got a contract with them, it means they could refer some of those 30,000 clients to me. So what does that mean? It means that when you get this contract, you open your pool of referrals. When you open your pool of referrals, it means you will always be getting clients that you can service and bill for, and you have the capacity to expand. Because if you have a contract, you can open home number 2, home number 3, home number 4. You feel me? Home number 1, money. Home number 2, money. Home number 3, money. Home number 4, money. $250 250,000 times 4, 250,000 plus 250,000 is 500,000. Plus 250,000, 750,000. Plus another 250,000, 1 million. That is my goal for you, to at least get to 4 group homes where you're making at least 1 million a year. And in that long masterclass video of mine, that's 3.5 hours, you see how the numbers can get to 1 million. And we're talking about gross revenues. We have not yet reduced all those expenses that you will be paying for. We're talking about gross revenue, okay? The big boy, the big money that's coming in before you deduct any of your expenses: salaries, electricity, water, HOA costs, new furnitures, materials and supplies that you'll be paying for, stationery, lights, Netflix, right? New carpets, new food, fuel. We haven't reduced all of that. So gross, 250,000 times 4 is 1 million. That's why, as you're coming into my classroom, I want you to be clear and confident about the financial conversation. Clear, confident, and honest. And it starts by how you're coming into my classroom. You feel me? I want you to be clear and honest, because if you're not clear of your finances and your budget of your house, that your household budget right now is just floating somewhere in the clouds, and you're not really clear and you just spend without really thinking, it's going to affect you when you open your group home. Trust me. I figured out my numbers after 3.5 years, and what I saw was not a good story. I could have corrected it ahead of time. So these are the advanced things we talk about in the Business Masterclass, the BHBMC, Behavioral Health Business Masterclass. And it's not the behaviors of the client, it's your behaviors as an entrepreneur, how to keep them healthy. One of them, which is financial honesty. Okay, so that's a BHBMC. So now let me put it here, because if you can change your behaviors as an entrepreneur, a lot changes for you financially, right? When you improve your behaviors as an individual, that means you improve the systems of your company, then a lot changes for you. So all of this is always about us changing fast, then the companies that we're leading or the systems that we're leading can change. So BHBMC. So this is an exclusive program. Some of you might be able to afford the cost immediately. Some of you may not. So I've created an installment program. But the whole idea of the BMC is to give you advanced thoughts on how these businesses are run. And I talk about residential healthcare businesses as a real estate strategy, right? So I bring in my real estate knowledge into the picture, right? And I used to be a licensed realtor in New York, so I've been studying the field of real estate forever, especially these houses of ours that cost 250,000 to about 500,000. You know, these ones that we're using and converting into group homes. That's kind of my specialty. Hold on one second. Let me bring my book. 1 second. Hold on. Here's my real estate book. This is my real estate book for the state of Arizona, right? Arizona Real Estate Fundamentals. So I did this class twice. The first time, guess what I got? I did the exam. You see it? 56%. I failed. Wait. See the topics? We should move back a little bit. Those are the topics. So the topics are from acquisitions and transfer of title, agency relationships, appraisals, Arizona water law, Arizona landlord tenant acts, commission rules, contracts, deed of trust foreclosure, encumbrances, environmental law, escrows and settlement, fair housing. Fair housing law states, I will read for you in a moment, income tax aspects, government rights in real estate property, Like when the government comes and says, you see where your house is located? Honey, we've decided we want to build a road there. What happens? Land descriptions, land developments, all these developments we have going on around us, math calculations, primary and secondary markets financing, right? Property interest, estates and tenancies, property management, real estate statutes, residential and commercial financing. All of that is in here, right? So I did my test while I was running my group home. I got 56%. I failed flat. Honesty, okay? Then, you know what I did? I went and did it again. This was in 2022. Then in 2023, February, that was December, I went and did it again. Guess what I got? I got 56% again. I failed flat. Like flat, like flat. Then I went and did it again. And I failed flat. But guess what all those flat failings give me? Knowledge. That's why I keep going. And my residents would laugh at me. They'd be like, did you pass your real estate class? And I'm like, no, because you had a crisis over the weekend. I couldn't read. Excuses. But this is my book. I have read real estate, so I know real estate. You understand what I'm saying? Eventually, I'll go back and get my license, not now, but there's a lot I want to say before I get the license, because maybe when I get the license, I can say some things. And there's some things, plenty of things I want to say about real estate. So some of these things are conveyed in the masterclass class, because the more properties you're able to acquire and the market does well, that will be something good for you. We talk about budgeting in this class in a more advanced level. Now we're looking really in depth about the finances, right? We talk about money in a very, very deep way, because now I can scoop out all of my money documents and we can share about them and we can talk about them. We talk about managed care plans in a very deep way. We talk about staff members in a very deep way. So it's an advanced class. Now, if you're like me, I have always paid for advanced education, because I always wanted the most advanced education before I entered into the space, because I wanted the overall picture of something so I could place things in my mind as I was going through them. So me, I am an advanced buyer of education, right? Of expensive education. So like if this is everything that's being discussed, like all these little things over here is being discussed in the masterclass, I like to go and buy the class, because as I'm going through the process, I like to have an overall solid advanced picture of where every little thing fits. I might not be there when I'm starting out, but when I do get there, I already want to have the overall picture. For me, it helps me save money. It helps me save my resources and gives me more confidence, because I have the advanced picture. There's some people who like buying little bits as they go down the process. Then they buy the next little bit, then they buy the next little bit. That's also okay. Different people have different styles, but I have an advanced intellectual mind. So I'd rather go to the highest and best class, pay the highest and best monies, get it all down, and then execute from ground level. That's me. That's the way I learn. That's the way I like my education. And I like it fast, hard, and direct. Then from there now, I can go and as my money avails or my resources avail, do things step by step, but at least I like knowing what the overall picture is about. This BHBMC is the in-depth overall picture, and it has a lot of knowledge that I've gathered from my 12 years experience in healthcare. We also do quite a bit on sales and marketing. What is the best way to market your business? How is it working now? How can we improve it? What are the best channels? What are the free ones? It's advanced sales. What else do I need to do? Let's study your customer. Let's study your customer's journey. How do your referrals come in? How are you nurturing your case managers and your discharge planners? What are you doing? You have a system of nurturing these people every different week. How are you managing them, right? Let's talk about your billing and your claims. How often do you look at your billing? How often do you look at your claims? Is it being done by an external party? What are some of the patterns that you read? What could you improve about the process? So it's systems and process heavy. It's also real estate heavy, but it's also care heavy. Let's look at the care you're giving. What's the feedback that you're getting from your group home? What could you improve, right? So it's advanced, it's exclusive, it's special. I'm only taking 5 on because it's a lot. And those who pay for this get that one-on-one, eyeball to eyeball, right? You guys are getting one-on-one, eyeball to eyeball every time you watch this. But in this special exclusive VIP class, for all this advanced knowledge where I'm there, I'm overseeing, not overseeing because it's your business, right? But I'm just tossing my eye to what you're doing. And you can call me, often as is dictated in that class, and we can speak about it. This advanced process is $6,000. And what I've done is create for you an installment. So you can pay it, 3,000, right? Any other options, you gotta call me and talk to me personally and speak to me honestly about your finances. You are like, oh God, my heart, I feel this is for me. This is my style of planning. I'm serious about the business. This is what I have now. This is what I want to plan for you. But tell me what you got. I'm like an African kiosk. We can talk about things. I'm not dropping the price, but we can talk about your payment options, and it's up to you to honor your word. Don't make me chase you down the bumblebee. That's why I say be honest about what you have, because $6,000 is not cheap. Now, let me give a shout out to my mentor, because this man helped me tremendously come up the world of business. And I want to show you what I paid for my mentorship that got me here, that built my intelligence in sales and marketing, built my intelligence in how I run my business, built my intelligence around, managing caregivers. Let me show you so that you see I too buy mentorship, right? So I'm selling you mentorship and I'm coming to collect on it, but I too buy mentorship because I don't know everything. I have to be mentored by someone who's making $500 million a year. Close to. All right, let me bring my books. I show you. Hold on. Okay, here I am. Look at this. This is my mentorship. This was 6 classes, and each time the class cost $6,000. So guess how often I went? And each time the class goes up because his value increases with each time he does the classes. So the value kept going up. So it was more and more money. I did it 5 times, and I've bought other classes. Do you want to see inside? I'll show you. So he has a wonderful journal, which I put my sticker above because I just love it. Oops. But look at it. He has a nice journal, a guide for the year of how to live your best year ever. And my mentor is called Darren Hardy, and I absolutely adore him for what he has done for me in my life. So I put all my pain, all my problems, all my activities, all my ambitions in this book, right? Mentorship. Number 2 is, let me show you what his workbooks look like. They're so magical. Look at this. There he is. Look at that. His is the business masterclass. Ain't that great? Do you see why I bought this class 5 times? Just for you to know. Look at this. And then he's the one who taught me everything, by the way, about putting a masterclass together. Look at his solid product. Like, he takes so much time to put into this workbooks. Look at that. Such a beautiful, look at the leather, even just how you feel. So me, I went 5 times. Because the first time the class flew over my head, I was like, what was that? Was so good. I came back again. I'm like, oh my goodness, at least now I'm not having imposter syndrome. I don't feel so behind. Then I'm like, I love this class so much. I want to come back again to get the concepts even deeper. So I came back the 3rd time, got more concept in, but I wasn't ready to execute. So I came back the 4th time. Do you know I executed after the 5th time? That's when everything finally set in together. Things had eased off. No, things never eased off with my behavioral home. Let me not lie. I had now was in a place mentally to take on this class that I have for you, the Behavioral Health Business Masterclass, and create it and expend my time and do it. Then, of course, I had to wind down my group home. So now I needed a new line of revenue. And I decided that my new line of revenue would be education and training. And that's how I came into this space, because I had to wind down the group home. So I lost that income. And then I decided I have to get back on my feet. This is where I say you guys have grit and resilience, because how often have you failed? I've failed over and over and over again. And the way my group home ended was not successful to me, but it was the right time to wind down that season and now come into this season of education and training. And that's where you and I have now met each other. This is where now you and I are BFFs. Okay. So the behavioral health business class, my class, is $6,000. And what I've done is taken 20 years of my expertise in healthcare. I've crunched it down and I have put it together. My years of pain in this industry, figuring all of this out. So when you hear like I'm good in these things, it's because I have strained to become good in these things. And I've taken all that knowledge and put it together in a way that can make a difference for your business. So when you start or before you start, there are those, as I said, you like getting the overall picture fast, and then you come in. And then there are those who buy bit by bit by bit. But remember, I've said something. Be honest with what you have to pay. Don't jump into the $6,000 class yet if you can't afford it. Start with where you are and come up the ladder. Or if you can, I never like telling people where not to spend, but I have to advise you because I'm your mentor and I keep saying this is your hard-earned money. If you decide you want to come into the business masterclass, that's okay. I have no questions with that, as long as you can afford it and it's the right fit for where you are. Otherwise, it's a roadmap. Then there's a jump start. Then it comes into the exclusive business masterclass where we're just going in depth like business people and cranking it out and saying, look, we're here. We need to get bigger, better. We're scaling, or some of you are coming in for the overall knowledge. You're coming for that high-end advanced knowledge. You're like, let's go. So for my classes, these ones, this was about, plus all the classes I've done when I calculated, I see why you get annoyed with my hair, about $50,000. So this knowledge from a master, he's such a phenomenal master. And you hear me talk about him all the time. When I say my mentor, I'm referring to Darren Hyde because of what he has done for me and how he's transformed my life. All of this cumulatively, plus other classes I've done of his, I've been with him for 16 years plus now, is over $50,000 of investment. And let me tell you, it was the best thing I ever did. And when I make more money, we're coming to collect from you. Guess what I'm going to do? Buy his next or buy another of those classes and refresh my knowledge, come back into the networks, meet more people, and keep attending his classes for as long as I am an entrepreneur, because that's how much tremendous value I get. So that's the whole goal with the BMC. It's a lifelong class. I keep saying we're doing life together in business, in the world of residential care. And this is what this is about. So BHBMC, $6,000, okay? Payable in 2 installments, $3,000, or you can pay the $6,000 once. And I know a lot of you will be asking me questions like, how long is the mentorship for? It's for life, for as long as I'm here and you're there and we're here together. We're doing life together, right? So that's what it is. But this needs solid commitment. It's not just your run-of-the-mill kind of program, and I did my class, as you have seen, 5 times. These classes are now no less than $6,000, maybe $11,000 a year with my mentor. But I did it 6 times because the first time it flew over my head. The second time flew over my head. The third time flew over my head. The fourth time flew the 5th time I got it. And then now I executed upon it. So education is continual. Just because you did something the first time doesn't mean that you can't come and pay for it again and do it again. Education is transformative and we get transformed in the space of time. So paying $97 today, don't be guilty about coming back and paying another $97 for the same thing 6 months down the road. The way you'll understand it is very different 6 months down the road. If you come and pay for BHBMC and then you don't execute immediately, don't worry. Your life will change. Another season will open up. You'll find another $6,000. You'll come into the class and pay for it again. So don't have any shame about repeating education I had no shame in repeating this thing, and it was expensive. And my friends would tell me, why do you go pay for that class? But look at this awesome program that I've created for you. It's because I repeated that class 5 times. So education is transformative. Don't be ashamed and guilty of paying and repeating, because where you started to where you'll be, to where you'll be, to where you'll be, right? When I first started to pay that 6 grand, I was here, then I grew a little bit. Then I paid again another 6 grand. Then I grew a little bit. Then I paid another 6+ grand, because every time he does the class, it becomes more and more expensive, okay? And one day you too will be doing these classes for the people around you and the people in your state. So now, in summary, I have 3 classes. To repeat what I said, I have a roadmap. Oh, the last thing I wanted to tell you about. Sorry. Imagine I'm going to buy some new pens. Or if you want to buy them for me, feel welcome. So I have a roadmap, $97. The Jumpstart class, $497, and then the VIP exclusive behavioral health business masterclass for $6,000. Now, additionally, and this is where I am partly teaching, partly creating software. Additionally, because you're all coming in to open this group homes, I designed the software that will support you in running of the group homes, which you will be paying me monthly for. Right? So when I'm not here teaching or taking your phone calls right now, when you're just calling me to say, hello, what's up? I'm here. This is what I'm trying to open. Hey, can you help me with this? I'm creating the software, because I don't want you to come in and use these softwares that are in the marketplace, because they are okay. I started with some of them, but the one I'm creating, I just feel is more in-depth, right? Because I've been in the business, not someone designing a product for someone and they've never been in the business. I've been in the business, I felt the pain. So I'm like, I'm going to design the software that I would have wanted to have in my time. And for that, you're going to be paying me for that software, the use of that software monthly. So what I will be earning is called MRR, monthly recurring revenue. You know the way you pay your Netflix subscription every month? Every month, they get monthly recurring revenue. So as a business person, because I'm teaching you how I'm making my money so that you can think deeper about how you're going to make your money. That's why I express to you these things so honestly and so elaborately, because I want you to be thinking, how else can I make my money? If I had some little lotions and tissue papers in my shared independent living houses, could I charge just a little bit more and make more money? It's a service you're providing, convenience. You could have a convenience. So do you know, if you have a big, tall... Where is the guy who called me from Texas who's doing so well in his assisted living, shared assisted living, and has a whole quadruplex? I have an idea for him. See, those ideas I'm giving in the business masterclass. He can put a vendor machine down in his lobby, because if you put a vendor machine down and your clients and your tenants and laundry machines are using those, you're making another line of revenue. See how that goes? So when I'm telling you and teaching you how I'm making money from you, it's because I want you to learn how you're going to make money from your customers in the market. That's the thinking that I'm mushrooming in you. So you're paying me for the value that I'm giving you in teaching you these services. And then you, in turn, when you provide those services, you're going to charge for money. So I'm building your financial confidence, right? So remember, $97, $497, equivalent of 4 shifts. Let's see if you were to enter the $6,000 program and you're paying it one time. 6,000 divided by 150, that equals 40 shifts, 40 12-hour shifts. That's like 40 days, like 1 month, almost and a half, almost 1.5 months of just working for $150. If you can do more, better for you, some overtime. So that's what it takes. So the $6,000 class is equal to 40 shifts of work. So we have the $97 class. This is 3/4 of a shift. And then we have the $497 class. This is 4 shifts. And then we have the $6,000 class, which is 40 shifts. And for the $6,000 class, I just have 5 spaces for this incoming cohort because it's expensive and it will be starting in 2 weeks' time. So I'll publish the date. Any questions you have, you call me directly. 520, 510, 50, 57 on WhatsApp. And when you call me, I text you back. When you text me, I text you back. Those who are waiting for your proposals, they are coming to you soon. Today I'm resting because my show is there and I barely watched TV, and I just came from New York and I'm exhausted because I slept in the airport and worked all night. Trade-offs, people. I said, instead of going out, getting a hotel, I said, can I just sit and work? So I sat and I worked the whole night. So my head is just going down. Anyway, I love you all. I'm so happy now we're reaching the conversation of money. It's my favorite conversations. And anyway, did you want to come into this business because of money and profits and what you think you saw others making and what you heard and you're like, I can do that too. I can take my caregiving skills and convert them and make money. We are talking money, and I want us to have bags full of money. And remember, my content is for education and information purposes only. Nothing is guaranteed. Okay, here we are. We wanted jiggling. So when you're creating your group homes, be conscious about your money conversation. You don't need to have a mentality of scarcity, even though you will feel the feelings of scarcity. Even when you see my class and you're like, I can't afford the $6,000 and I want to pay for it. Don't worry. My first mentorship class was $250. And I'm telling you, I strained to pay that $250. But that $250 helped me move from a salary. That time I was working for RJ Reynolds in Manhattan. So I moved from $42,000, and then I got a job with GlaxoSmithKline for $96,000. So that to $50,000 transformed my mind in such a way that I could push up my salary to $96,000. And I paid off all my debt for being broke and poor the years prior to that. So these things happen. Transformation happens. That's what education is designed to do. What other point did I have? And then I continued paying for now the more expensive classes with my mentor, which was $1,000. And oh my God, it was such a strain. I did it. And then I moved on up. And then I did it again for another $1,000. I repeated the same class. I paid for it again, another $1,000. And I moved on up. Then I got a 4-bedroom apartment in Manhattan. I was living in 1 bedroom and I was Airbnb the other bedrooms. And then my salary went up from $96,000 because I was thinking better. I could speak better because of the mentorship. I knew business better. I knew how to. So now I moved from that $96,000 to $130,000 with bonuses, $160,000. That's like 8 years ago. Do you know what $160,000 can do for you? Then I did more classes, and then I moved from that $160,000 to $250,000. When I made that money, and that's when I quit healthcare and said, if I reduce all these extra things that I'm doing for healthcare and just focus on the 2-3 things that turn money, and I'm driving the business without all this other stress, I can do much better. That's when I left, when my friend invited me to come and check out business in Arizona, the assisted living businesses. And I came over to Arizona because I saw an assisted living business was like Airbnb with old people. I'm like, I can do this. This is just a house with 4 bedrooms and housing grandmas and grandpas. I can do that. So I quit corporate America, the pharmaceutical sales jobs that I had, and now came down to Arizona and opened my business. Then I told you when I was working in Walmart, because I knew my friend was making an average of $3,000, $3,500 per client per month. And then I heard this guy saying, oh, with my behavioral group home, it's about $7,000. I was like, what? $7,000 per client? So I changed from assisted living into behavioral health. Of course, foolish me, not knowing, but money motivated me. So now we haven't really been talking money in these classes. Now we're in the stage where we can talk money, because now I've built enough knowledge in you and confidence. I can hear you're getting confident. Now we can start talking money and budgets, because now you're planning to actually get in, right? So we're moving beyond road mapping and understanding the general concept of the business to now where we're talking money, because now you're going to start getting ready to deploy your money to open up these businesses. So we're talking money, money, money. And now this is a stage I turn to you and I say, now pay me to carry you on this phase of the conversation. Doesn't mean that I won't be doing these YouTube videos. I'll always do these educational videos. But now we're in the money conversation. So if you're new to this channel and this is your first time watching me, go back a little bit to either the YouTube lives on this Sananga Care channel, or watch the longer videos where I explain the differences between the different types of group homes and what usually happens in this group homes operationally, like what actually goes on in the group home. Because now you're looking into Sananga Care homes, right? This is the home. You're looking inside. So I give you an insight from the operational standpoint, what actually happens, so that you can be like, oh, that's what happens in those group homes. Yeah, this is what happens in this group homes. This is how they're run. And I teach you the inside because I want you to start clarifying your thinking around opening a group home. So you're not surprised. You're not like, Allah, that's what they do. Yeah, you need to do these things. This is what your state expects of you. Once you gain that knowledge of what happens on inside, what does your state expect to you? Have the general concept, I say memorize it. Because now we're coming into the part of figuring out what forms are, what are the policies and procedures, what is needed over there on the resident file, what is needed over there on the facility file. I'll teach you how to do these things with AI. But now I'm saying it's time for us to group up, because we're now over 1,045 members in this channel, with an average of about 20,000 of you eyeballing my channel every week. And thank you for that, by the way. Now we are gaining enough momentum where now I can formally start putting you in groups. And to manage that, I gotta charge for my value, okay? And that's what I'm saying. Be honest about what stage you are in, because now we're coming in to get down and dirty and start it. And it's not going to be an easy process to start with when you're creating your first group home, but things get better as time goes on. And because I'm here and I'm available for you as your mentor in the two groups, the 497,000, that would be so great if you could pay me 497,000. The 497 cohort, the groups, like if you're in Jersey, you're in one group. If you're doing the same type of group home, like if you're in New Jersey and you want to open a DDD home, raise your hand, pay the 497, get in to your group. If you're in North Carolina, you want to open a DDD group home, put your hand up, pay the 497, do your 4 shifts, go and do your 4 extra shifts at $150 a shift, 497, come into the group. If you are, in Georgia, you want to open an assisted living, pay your 497, come into the group. But before you do that, of course, get your roadmap for $97 so that I can be clear that your state is open for that type of group home. If you're in Oregon, Oregonians, where are you? And you want to open an RTH home, you know, the residence treatment homes, because they're the hot things now in Oregon. Pay your $497, I'll get you all in a group. Or Oregon, a lot of you will already have your own group homes, your APDs already going, you can afford the $6,000. Come into the advanced class. If you've had your APD going, you've made over $200,000 a year, come into the advanced class. You don't need to squeeze in the 497 unless you decide, based on your life, that's what works best for you. That's okay. But if you already had a group home, you're like, hey, it's time for me to scale this home into the second, to the third. I want to optimize some of these systems. Stop making the same juvenile mistakes or thinking in the same juvie way. You think when you have the first group home, come into the $6,000 class. Or you're like me, I just like paying a fancy fee, being in the fancy class, learning everything about the concepts, and then going down and now starting building up from scratch. That's fine too. So now we're in the money conversation, the one that drew you into wanting to start this business anyway, so you can elevate from the current career you have, whether you're a nurse or a nurse practitioner, or you're a CNA, or you're an LPN, or you're just an investor in general. We're now elevating, we're coming into the money conversation. Starting with me collecting my dime from you, okay? So now, I don't know where that document, I spent the whole night in JFK the day before yesterday creating it, and now I cannot find it. But when I find it, I will post it, and I will even post it in the banner. It will be one HTML link. You click on it, and then you can go down and you can find the program that you want, and then you pay. Doop. And when you pay, tell me first name, last name, text it to me or send it to me. First name, last name, there'll be a place that you can click doop, to WhatsApp. First name, last name, the program you've bought into, which I'll see anyway from your monies, and then give me your email address so that I can notify you when the doors actually open into the cohort, because I have to finish that software that I've been finishing since 1946. You can pay by Zelle, you can pay by Cash App, and then I also have a PayPal link where you can pay, just paying into the link. And then now we're going to meet inside the cohort. Either it will be a Facebook group or I'll open my more professional platform and we'll meet there. So now we're going deep. We're getting serious. So by the end of this year, we have August, September, October, November, December. We have 5 months. By the end of these 5 months, we're gonna have the doors open, okay? December, January is our target date, but by December we need to now have these doors open because the mentorship is now cooking. All right. Thank you for being in this live. Happy Friday, everybody. Let me go and find that HTML link. I don't know where it disappeared in my AI land. And once I find it, I will post it in as many of my YouTube videos as I can so you can see it. If you can't see it, you can call me. My number is always here. If you ever are looking for me, just Google Sananga Care Homes on my Google business page. You should find me. If not, it's 520 on WhatsApp, not directly, 510 50 57. 520 510 57. Otherwise, I love you all. Have a happy Friday. I'm going back to code and find that HTML link so I can pay it for you. David, mentorship. I have 3 programs. Getting a roadmap. Let me even put it here. Mentorship costs. Roadmap. Getting a roadmap is $97. Getting into a cohort for the Jumpstart program is $250. And then getting into the VIP advanced, Jumpstart is whatever is, Jumpstart is $497. And then getting into the, after Jumpstart, was that the BHBMC? This is the advanced class is $6,000. Okay, I hope that clarifies everything. I'll find the link. Let me go and finish it up. I needed to polish a few things. You know what I love about that link? You'll even see images of my group home with my clients. Obviously, I've changed the face of my clients using AI because I don't want to give any personal identifying information, but the context of the photographs is the same. So you get to see how much love I had for my clients and a little bit of how some of the activities we're going to do. So the cost of the program, a roadmap, $97. That's 3/4 of a shift. A shift costing for 12 hours, $150. Market rate in the country. A Jumpstart program is $497. You're going to do 4 shifts at $150 to afford it. The BHBMC, the Behavioral Health Business Masterclass, which is about your behaviors as an entrepreneur, is $6,000. That's 40 shifts. Pick one, the one you're most prepared for, the one you can afford comfortably, the one you can contribute the best in, and climb up the ladder as you're doing your group home. So that's it for me. This weekends are always group home bootcamp, where I come and impart this knowledge to you as best as I can. You're welcome to always ask me questions. When will I be on next time? Tomorrow, at very odd times. Usually maybe at 9 and then at 3 o'clock and then at 5. And David, by the way, you can ask me some questions of what you want clarified about your state, then I can always address it. Or you could always text me your questions or just call me directly on WhatsApp. So 520 510 50 57. Always introduce yourself. Say, hi, I'm so-and-so. Can you help me with whatever? Then I'll always turn around and help you, no problem. But my lives are random. I come as I feel, unfortunately. But tomorrow is Saturday, so definitely 9 o'clock, Mountain Standard Time. because I am in Arizona, and then I usually do one at 3 and one at 5 because I don't want to like hog all your Saturdays. So I should hog them because you want to learn this knowledge. So that's how I do it. But call me, text me. If I've promised you a proposal, it is coming. Sorry. I'm always running a day or two late, but it's coming. All right. More lives are on my challenge, on my channel. I have a 3.5 hour class. I know it is a lot. 3.5 hours is a lot for anybody, almost 4 hours, where I break down group homes a lot. Let me see. Can I find the class? Let me see if I can find that link. That's a very good place to start. Hold on one second. Let me find that that link to that class, that 3.5 hour masterclass. Let me see if I can find it. If I can find the link and post it. I cannot find it. Oh, here. All right, let me get you the masterclass. The title of the masterclass is, one second. Where is that class? Oh, here. So the title of the class is Do Not Open a Group Home Yet Unless You Watch This. And let me get you the link. Share, copy. Okay, perfect. So here's a link. Edit, paste. Oh, wait, was I pasting? Edit, paste. There. So that's a really long masterclass. Like, buy a nice drink, sit down and watch it. But it gives you a very comprehensive view. So you just came across this live. Is this live? Is this for an unlicensed home? So if you want to know more about an unlicensed home, you can tell me what you have. What I teach is for licensed homes. Unlicensed homes are like transitional homes and shared independent living homes. So I talk a little bit about that, but not extensively. But you can text me, David, and we could talk directly about opening an unlicensed home. Like, what kind of an unlicensed home do you want? Some people love doing foster care homes. Some people start there, like a foster care home, but that one you would get, I guess, permission from your agency and go through your kind of foster care licensing process. And then there's a shared independent homes where you have like a 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom on an apartment. You put like twin beds in each room if they can take 2 beds. And then you take care of vulnerable adults by charging them a little bit of their social security money a month. That's an unlicensed home, right? And that one is a landlord-tenant relationship. Oh, you have 12 beds. That's awesome. You've shared 12 beds. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So that's unlicensed. Unlicensed for 12 beds. That's awesome. Where are you located? You can type it in the text box. Oh, yeah, if you have 12 beds, that's so awesome. So I was just talking about if you have an unlicensed home, you need to put a vendor machine in your property if you have that space, and washer dryers with coins. If you don't have machines in your house, it's another form of revenue. Oh, Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, Cleveland is awesome. So David, if you have an unlicensed home, you could either expand your business or you could decide to come into the world of licensed homes, because that's my specialty. But call me so we chat about it. I'm interested to hear. Cleveland is a really good market for real estate, especially the affordable houses. So that's awesome. Okay, David, you have my number. Let me put it here. This is WhatsApp only. WhatsApp number 520 510 5057. WhatsApp only. All right. So that's it for now. I'm going to go look for food because I'm hungry. Have you all a wonderful weekend. I'll pop in for another live tomorrow, But we're now in the money stage. If you're at the beginning of learning about group homes, go further back in the channel, look for the long form videos of YouTube Live. The 2 to 3 minute hour shots are just me showing you a little bit of my life or just giving you a tip about one thing that needs to be done versus the other. Share this with your friends, like, subscribe. With it, our subscription base is growing, which is awesome, because the more of you who subscribe from around the country and get involved in this space, whether you're opening license or unlicensed, means the more powerful our cohorts will be. So we need each other, and we need each other's power to grow our businesses. Like David, you are in Ohio doing shared independent living. I just met somebody who called me in Texas doing shared independent living. I met somebody else who's interested in opening shared independent living here in Arizona. So together, we're more powerful than me on my own or you there independently doing life alone. This is entrepreneurship. We now need to learn to build our network. So hopefully that's what will mushroom out of now the paid spaces. Okay? So have yourselves a lovely weekend. I love you all. Take care. We're moving forward. We're going to have a really amazing Christmas because we're doing the right thing and we're putting the effort. And hopefully the system will respect us in return and pay us for our goodies. And watch out for the link. I'm coming to collect my offertory from all of you. Bye now.